Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yep. We are back with another live stream, man. I am your host, King DV. We have another practice. I thought we wasn't going to practice today. I thought the last live I said we weren't going to practice. We're here now. 12:20 is when practice start. I know Sean Mannion, he actually talks at 12 noon. So yeah, we in for a little treat, man. We in for a little treat in practice. They start out ramp up. I know they got to get to the 53-man roster on on the 30th, which is what, Sunday. So we really got to talk about that now. The projections as we went through joint practice. We're about to be on our last preseason game, and then also on top of that, open practice. I'm gonna go live somewhere tomorrow, so stay tuned. Please have your notifications on, like, comment, and subscribe. But I gotta say what's up to the people in the chat first. Nina, what's up? As always, I hope you and Mom Dukes are in great health and having a great morning so far. Ian, what's up? Art, what's up, man? Look, people are going to start coming in, man. But practice, like I said, practice don't start until 12:20. So I want to know how everybody's feeling though, like about the squad. Like, how do y'all feel? Do y'all feel like it's room for improvement, or do y'all think that we could go into this season in the beginning at least and be all right? That's what I want to know. That's my first question to you guys. But as y'all ponder on that, I just do want to talk about the 53-man roster real quick, man, because there's some guys that I feel like it's questionable, but we could go through them. I'm trying to hurry up and go through them, or try to go through them before Sean Mannion talks, because I do want to put that up and all that. I'm feeling a lot better about this last game than the one before. Yeah, I understand that. Second string safety or secondary. Yeah, I can see that. Speaking of secondary safety, our guy, remember I asked y'all last live stream about Eli Ricks. Eli Ricks actually had a tryout practice with the Steelers the other day. He actually had a practice with the Steelers the other day. I said, "Oh, there he is." So hopefully, some guys, some decent talent can clear waivers, and we could probably possibly bring them back. Because I'm not feeling good about the second string either, like the depth behind Q, Reek, and Coop. I don't feel too comfortable. Matt McWilliams didn't really show me anything in these preseason games so thus far, and when I did see him, he was getting burnt. Of course, Kelly Ringo, for obvious reasons. You know what I'm saying? I can't really sit up there and think that Kelly Ringo should make this roster, but ain't no telling, because every time I say he shouldn't make this roster, here his ass go back on that video, doing a little dumbass dance, and I'm so pissed because I'm like, yo, I was rooting for him. That's why I'm so pissed. Rooting for Kelly Ringo, but Kelly Ringo, he never shows up, and it's like he just forgot how to play football after college. That's how I feel. And then I try to give him the benefit of the doubt. This is even before they try to make they start practicing Avonte Maddox and James Bradbury that year as safety. I wanted him to get transferred to safety, and it's just like, but somehow, some way, I think he's going to find his way on his roster. Teddy, what's going on? What is up? Good morning. So I think he's going to find his way in his roster, man. I think that it's going to get to the point where they're going to have to choose. Hopefully some guys clear waivers. Not waivers, but some people that get cut or whatever like that. That talent is better. But as of right now, I don't see it. Don't see it at all. Don't see it. But I do want to talk about the cornerback 2 position real quick. Let me read Art's comment real quick. Art said, Sean, give us a little taste. Pause. He was doing things in the preseason game that KP couldn't figure out in the playoff game. Facts. Facts. I seen a lot of that. I seen a lot of that. I watched the all 22, and I'm like, okay, he's doing the little wrinkles here and there, but he's not giving you too much of what he's expecting for the starters to be able to do. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully, we get a lot more like open practice and things like that. We get a lot more of those things as fans. We ramp up period. I think they're gonna have practice Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Thursday is the walkthrough. Friday, last preseason game, and I will be live for that game as well. We'll be live for that game as well. So yeah, it's just one of those things. It's gonna be day 15, ramp up. Hopefully, we see Makai Lemon at practice and Devontae Smith as well. They said they will be back this week, so hopefully today starts that week. And hopefully, we don't have to sit up there and wonder if they're going to be in team drills or not, because he really needs to ramp up. He really does need to ramp up. He really does. I'm talking about Makai Lemon. But of course, doing the ramp up, we already assumed that Devontae Smith was going to be back at practice. You know what I'm saying? But back to the QB2 talk. I don't know, man, because they were saying things like Tanner McKee outperformed Andy Dalton, but then you got some people that like Andy Dalton over Tanner McKee. Andy Dalton stunk it up. I ain't gonna lie. The last preseason game, man, pissed me off. I don't know why he's still on the squad. I was asking for Tanner McKee, but Tanner McKee, the stats made it seem like he was actually doing well, but I don't know. Like something was off with Tanner McKee. I think Tanner McKee, he's like a likable guy, locker room guy, but at the end of the day, man, look, we need some strength just in case the obvious could happen. What could happen with QB1? You know what I'm saying? And you don't want to sit up there and rely on this guy, but you have faith in him. You have faith in him. Um, but yeah, what time is it? Okay, so we got about 5 minutes before Showman comes on. I'm just waiting for it to pop up. Makai Lemon is out there for the second day already. He's already out there. He already out there, ladies and gentlemen. Already out there. I think he anxious, man. Got the gold sneakers on, or gold sneakers, the gold cleats on. That's crazy. Already out there. I'm excited. I'm excited. You're already out there. About 25 minutes before practice. So hopefully, we can see some of the rookie today. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So I'm running out. We got me running out. Okay. Nope, that don't work. That ain't gonna work. That's not gonna work. Okay. Got some rook coming out. But yeah, it's some questionable things. I did write down my 53 man roster projection. The 53rd person I don't know because it's question marks, but right now, Waru, the defensive end, Waru, that's his name, Waru. I feel like that he can possibly get that 53rd spot. He could possibly get that 53rd spot. Like I said, McWilliams didn't really sit well with me, but we don't know how many cornerbacks that they're going to keep on the roster. And Elijah Moore also. Elijah Moore is up in the air too because he got that neck injury now. We don't know how severe that is, and Darius Cooper just been a dog and been consistent all season, so all training camp. So you can't think that Elijah Moore possibly won't stay here. And then, just for my own personal reasons and all that, like I probably wouldn't want Elijah Moore here because technically him and AJ Brown is still cool, and I don't want none of that, stigma in the locker room, man. We need to keep this thing even killed, man. Even killed to the point where, none of that nonsense like, oh, you told AJ Brown this, and I don't want to hear no more drama, no more negativity, man. So, just to cut all the noise, you had him in for training camp and all that, to give him the possibility to make the squad. He said all the right things to the presser, but I already know, like, when the chips start going down and he's not getting that much playing time and all that, all he's gonna have to do is talk to AJ Brown, and they're gonna have a conversation. And that's not the negativity that the Philadelphia Eagles need, because that type of stuff could get leaked. You see how AJ Brown was leaking stuff. So, Elijah Moore, he's a question mark, just because, not because of that. It's just my own thought process about how friends talk behind closed doors. You know what I'm saying? But his neck injury plays a major part, and these wide receivers are balling, man. Johnny Wilson, he got cut basically. Then nobody really picked him up on waivers, so now they saying that technically he's on IR. So I don't even know if he's off the squad right now or not, but chances are he's going to be going, or he's going basically. I know it's preseason, but Joe Milton slinging the ball. Dallas Cowboys should start him over Dak. That's funny. What's going on, Aiden? That's crazy. Brandon Graham, he has a loose mouth. He told the public, y'all had drama, kinda. I mean, when it's a big situation like it was, I do understand how it could spill over, especially when somebody like Brandon Graham is in the public eye and he start having ties with the 94 WIP, and when you sitting in that seat for too long, you start to hold on. I think Jonathan, I mean not Jonathan, Sean Mann is talking. Hold on, let me see what I can do. Boom, boom, boom. Sean Mann is talking, so I'm gonna just play that.
And in the preseason, it's difficult because sometimes you're playing second team, third team. How does that affect the evaluation when the stats may look better for somebody than somebody else?
Yeah, with any position, quarterback or otherwise, it's about the entire body of work. Obviously the preseason games are really useful tool to evaluate. Obviously a game setting, different situations kind of coming up unscripted, but I mean these guys have been hard at work starting back in April. We've got tons and tons of reps on the practice field as well. Both quarterbacks, really all of our quarterbacks have done a really nice job in the practice setting, in the game setting. So it's really about the entire body of the work. Certainly the preseason is part of that, but there is a ton of banked reps going all the way back to the spring as well.
With a player like Andy, Sean, there's got to be a point where you want to name that number two or decide on that so they can get as much reps as possible as the primary backer. Do you feel like you guys are at that point now?
No, we still got time. We still got a whole a great week's work here ahead of the Cincinnati game, and then you get some extra practices before week one as well. So we're going to use every chance we get to work with all of our guys, quarterback or otherwise, and then kind of make a full evaluation from every bit of practice that we have.
The system was new for Tanner. What did you see from him on Saturday? What was kind of in the playbook there to maybe get a look at what he can do?
Yeah, he did a nice job operating. I thought he got the ball out of his hand fast, found completions. Obviously it was nice. We were really able to lean on the run game early on in the game. And then, you had a couple long drives with some third down conversions. He hit Stone on a through route late. So there's good stuff really from all the different units in the game. We leaned on the run game early, and then later on, got a little bit more pass attempts in there, but he operated well, got the ball out of his hands quickly, and as did Andy. We had led us on a scoring drive, and there was a lot of good stuff from all the guys in the game.
With a player like Andy,
who has all this experience in the league. How do you weigh that versus what you can evaluate from what you've seen this summer?
Yeah, obviously that's something that Andy brings to the table. He's a veteran in this league. He's got well over 100 starts. That's unique. But we get a chance to be around him, Tanner, Cole, Jalen every day. And so, that's part of what he brings to the room. But everyone's bringing something to the table. Tanner, Cole, Jalen, obviously, they all bring their own experiences. It is something unique to Andy with having so much experience. But ultimately, it's an evaluation on the field, both in the practice and the games. That's the driving force.
How did Jalen Hurts perform in the joint practices?
I thought he did a good job. I thought the first day, we had a lot of big plays and just a couple turnovers we need to clean up. Obviously, that's always a focus for us. But you could really see the run game come to life. You could see the play passes off of it. We hit a nice pylon route to Elijah. But you could see the explosives in the pass game as well. A couple turnovers. Those are obviously things we always want to address. We talk about the ball relentlessly, but he did a really nice job. For the guys who didn't play in the game, they got a ton of great work in those two practices against the Patriots. I was really happy with how Jalen played throughout.
Joel, we've seen Mekhi Lemon look close to returning to a full participant. Do you expect that this week? And what's the ramp-up plan for him after missing so much time?
Yeah, he's been working his tail off to get back out here. I think we're hopeful he'll be out on the practice field in some capacity here today. And he's been really, really engaged mentally. I think that's the challenge. Any player that you're injured, you lose those physical reps, but he's done a really nice job. He's been with Amo, Grizz constantly. He's been locked in all the walkthrough settings. Even when he can't get the rep, he's kind of shadowing his position on the field and staying super engaged. And he's been working his way back. I know he's looked good, and hopefully we'll see him out here in a minute.
Joe, what stood out to you about the run game?
Yeah, it was execution and play style. I thought, obviously the starting unit wasn't in there, but that second unit, that third unit, they really did a nice job. We controlled the line of scrimmage, I thought, early in the game. That first series, I thought the play style was on display. Those are the two things I told him I want to execute, really three: execution, fundamentals, and play style. We were a little sloppy in terms of our fundamentals and execution at times in the preseason game. Number one, I thought it was much improved in game two, particularly with the offensive line group up front.
So what is that?
How much extra work does he have to do?
Yeah, mentally he's been super engaged. So I don't worry about that one bit with Mekhi. I know the work he's been putting in. Injuries, unfortunately, they happen in football. But he's been a total pro about his approach to rehab, his approach to the mental side of the game. And like I said, the unfortunate nature of football is sometimes you might miss some time, but he's done everything in his power, despite not having those physical reps, to be ready for us to make an impact.
In terms of the pre-snap protection calls, does that fall on Jalen primarily?
It's on both the offensive line unit initially, and then the quarterback has a hand in that as well. It's a little bit dependent on the play, on the protection scheme, in terms of how much is on the quarterback's plate, but both quarterback and offensive line have a hand in that.
So there's not a person who makes the final call.
Well, again, it would be dependent on the protection scheme. We have multiple different protection schemes. Some of them it would be the quarterback would have the final say. Some of them it's communication within the offensive line unit.
Sure.
But they've both done a nice job. Both units. There's so much communication on the offensive line that I think goes unseen. Our centers have done a great job. Jalen's done a great job, with some of our pass protection schemes where he does need to make adjustments. He's done a nice job of that as well.
What's the second offensive line group showing you since camp started?
Physicality, just the effort, strain every day. Those guys, you watch that kind of those early snaps in the preseason game. It really stood out on the tape, which is what we want to be out as an offense. And then the commitment to the fundamentals. Coop's done a great job with those guys. Obviously the starting unit, but there's a lot of young, talented players kind of in that second, third unit. They've gotten better every day. It's a testament to their hard work, to the work that Coop's done with this position group. And they continue to make strides. We're really pleased with them.
What stands out about the way Chris Cooper handles some of those developmental offensive line?
Yeah, it's detail. He's a great teacher. It's total focus on the fundamentals. I think he's done an outstanding job for us. You can see him every day after practice with those young guys working on, all the finer points of offensive line play. And he brings a unique perspective, having been a player himself. I think he's able to lend a lot of context to, hey, this is where, this adjustment to your fundamentals is super useful. Like I said, he's done a great job with the whole room, and talking about those young guys, right, that are just coming up. It's really stood out in the preseason game with the work he's put in with those guys.
Sean, where do you think through the entire process, like you were talking about before, Eli Stowers has, where is he in that process? How much is he improved?
He's getting better each day. He's a young player we're really excited about. Tight end, we've spoken about in some of these press conferences, right? There's a lot of different elements of the game that get thrown at you, especially for a rookie tight end. Some of the differences schematically that NFL offenses will ask of you than a college offense. But he's taken to it really well. Again, some of the things may go unseen. They might not show up on the stat sheet, but he's working super hard. He's an exciting young talent, and so he's getting better each day. And at that position in particular, there's so many different things that we're working on. He's doing a nice job, and he'll keep getting better.
Sean, maybe a bigger
In
picture.
terms of your scheme and having built-in answers to blitz and simulated pressures, how do you balance that with being explosive? Being able to throw that downfield. What is your philosophy?
Yeah, I think the first thing is being sound with your protection scheme, and then having answers, kind of pressure relief, so to speak, where, hey, if they are bringing guys that we can't account for in the protection scheme, one, have we trained the quarterback properly? And then two, schematically, are there answers within the play? It's a little bit different, week to week, opponent to opponent, in terms of how you handle different teams or different, schematic adjustments. But I think it starts with making sure that we're really sound on our end with our protection rules, our training of the quarterback, to throw hot if need be, or make an adjustment if need be. So I think it's a big area of focus for us as an offense, just to always make sure we're prepared and ready, because when you do protect, when you do operate well, there are opportunities for big plays when teams want to bring pressure.
John, some of the branches of what we expect this offense to look like feature the fullback quite a bit. We haven't seen that yet. Is that something that you might have up your sleeve?
You know what? I guess we'll have to wait and see. I don't want to reveal too much, but certainly position versatility, alignment flexibility, those are things we place a premium on. So it's I guess I apologize for not answering the question, but I don't want to reveal too much. But those are things that are very valuable to us as an offense, and that we challenge our guys to do across all our position groups.
If I can test your memory, Sean, if I can test your memory to camp in 2017, what was it like first learning this scheme? And did you know then this is the type of scheme you wanted to kind of, I guess, lean into?
Yeah, it was, like you said, that 2017, off season, really, that, when they hired, Sean McVay and Matt LaFleur and all those guys. I know it's been well documented, but, Zach Taylor, Greg Olson, a bunch of great coaches. I just felt like I was learning so much, and it was, such an exciting way to match the run and pass. They had such a way about teaching the game where we could feel ourselves challenging a defense, but it felt simple to us. Those are the things that really stood out to me going through that experience, that really resonated with me as a player, and certainly resonate with me as a coach. But yeah, that was a very exciting point in my football life, just the exposure to that type of teaching, that type of scheme. I know, Matt, obviously a mentor of mine, getting to play for Sean. I learned so much from those people. It's certainly a big part of, molding me into the type of coach I am now.
Can you envision a role for Carson Steele in this offense?
He's done a great job. Yeah, I mean, he got limited snaps in the first week. Obviously, it was unfortunate. JJ goes down on the opening kickoff, so he carried a heavy workload late in that game, and he handled it really nicely. Again, there's so many guys across our roster that put the work in every day. Carson was a great example of getting an opportunity for expanded reps in the preseason, and really did a nice job with it. Did a great job with the ball in his hand, run and pass. So yeah, there could certainly be a role for him, and I was excited to see him go out there and really thrive in the reps he got.
Yeah.
That was Sean Mannion talking. Sean Mannion was talking. Let me minimize that. There we go. Makai Lemon is out there on the jugs already. He came out early. I want to say what's up to Tiff. She's in the building. Logan, what up? I didn't speak to you guys. But I think Sean Mannion about to put the NFL on notice. I think he really is. I think that, him just being intelligent to know when people are trying to get a little bit a hint of how the play is going to look and everything like that. Even though he sprinkled some of his scheming a little bit in the last preseason game, I hope that this everything just gelled together well to the point where Sean Mannion just gives us something to be excited about, man. We had a hard year last year, man, and that's all we asked for. That's all we asked for, is somebody that know how to scheme guys open. We don't have to worry about, force feet in the guy, because let's be honest, if you force feed one guy and everything, people are just not getting the ball. And it's like everybody's just trying to make this guy happy. You know what I'm saying? Whereas though you have all these unselfish guys that's trying to prove themselves. A lot of people say that Devontae Smith got to prove himself, even though he don't have to prove himself to any Eagles fan. But they say he got to prove himself as a wide receiver one, which is dumb because for the past couple years, he's technically been our wide receiver one. He's been making all these great plays. He's been um getting those meaningful touchdowns, those meaningful yards and all that. So that's the mission. Right, Tiff? The mission is to get everybody involved. That's the mission. And I think Sean Mannion can do that. I really do. I think that he can do that. I think that I hate when they do that some capacity thing when it comes to Makai Lemon or anybody that's coming back from injury. He's practicing in some capacity. Some capacity. What is some capacity? Is he going to be in team drills? Excuse me. Is he going to be in team drills? Is he going just be doing things on the sideline? Like, what is he doing? How's that ramping up? So man got out there quick. He got out there fast. So imagine what he about to do, about to be a problem. Look, man, I don't think that he's going to be the head coach. A lot of people want that because how do they possibly feel about Nick Sirianni? Oh yeah, he did say that. He did say he was still on the roster. I don't like how he was talking about Andy Dalton. Yes, he has experience, but regardless if you got experience or not, man, this team is on a mission to win the Super Bowl. And I don't think Andy Dalton being the backup gives us that best opportunity. You see how he played. He almost looked as worse as Deshaun Watson last preseason show. That situation right there, let's talk about that real quick before we get into practice and all that. That situation right there is crazy, man. Because clearly Shador looked better than him. And after what he said about the fan base and all that, and I know they got a first year head coach in the building, but I don't know, man. I think that this was a bad joint. I think that Deshaun Watson should have not have even been on the team anymore. I think they should have just been like, look, we're just gonna take the L, we're gonna pay you out, we're gonna cut you. Honestly. If a fan base is sitting up there cheering because this guy got just for the personal reasons, because he was right about that. It was personal, but the fact that you heard and seen what occurred and you still say he's going to be the starter week one, it's crazy to me. But Shador just got to be more patient because he's going to mess up again. He's going to mess up again. He's going to mess up again, and you already know what's about to happen. That's probably what's about to happen. I think the Browns is trying to I ain't gonna say try to tank because it's the Browns. Anthony, what's going on? Good afternoon now. Yeah. Yeah. I hate when they do that to some capacity because now it is politics, Anthony. It is. At the end of the day, I think that, the wrong quarterback got picked. All eyes is on Kyle Lemon right now because they're trying to see how much is he going to practice. All eyes is on him. E Money, what's going on? The Brown organization is sick. Who's worse, the Browns or the Jets? Who's worse, the Browns or the Jets? Man, thank God we are not Browns fans, right? If we was Browns fans, man, I probably just stopped watching football. I mean, I love football. Don't get me wrong. I still watch, but I wouldn't watch the Browns. Like, it would be like, I don't know what team I'll be watching. Eli Stowers, they said it's probably no practice for Eli Stowers, so he's out. Just giving y'all an update. I don't think you, Anthony, you can't request a trade when you on your rookie deal, can you? I thought you couldn't. But you don't have that leisure to request a trade. Starting Diddy over Sanders. It's crazy. Y'all silly as hell. Silly as hell. Eli Stowers is out. Eagle Girl, what's going on? Hope everybody's having a great day so far. We midway through the day. I'm this closer to week 1. Tomorrow is open practice for me and whoever else is joining me at open practice. I will be there. I just found out it was free parking. So I'm like, I ain't got to dish out money for parking like throughout the game. So that's exciting. That's great. I just got to get there before everybody because I want a good parking spot. So when it's time to go, I can go straight out and come home. That's what I'm banking on. That is what I'm banking on. I am excited, man. I'm excited, man. We're gonna get into the 53-man projection. I'm gonna go from position by position. Are you going with anyone to it? No, I always go solo. I either meet up with other Eagles content creators or like Fourth and John. That's a Eagles channel. I even link up with them, just stand there until everybody go in, and then we'd just be in there, chatting and cheering on the team. But yeah, I normally just go by myself. Browns is worse by far than the Jets. So got you. I think as a quarterback is better to suck in college and get on a good team than getting drafted by the Jets, Browns, or Raiders. Yeah, because man, don't right now. What's his name? The quarterback for the Raiders. Look, Kirk Cousins might be starting like sooner than he thinks. Matt McWilliams is not practicing today, so that's hurting his stock. That is hurting his stock. That's really hurting his stock. That's bad. What's this? Okay. Hurting his stock. So Matt McWilliams not practicing. Eli Stowers is not practicing either. I'm waiting for the injury report because that's crazy. Damian Pierce is suited up today, but I think it's too late for homie. I think it's too late for Damian Pierce. Unless he's playing in this last preseason game and he show out and try to make it a little debate with Still. I don't know. I think that Still already got that spot. That's how I'm rocking. I don't think Damian Pierce did enough. Yeah, Mendoza, yeah. Yeah, Mendoza is like horrible. Horrible. Oh, this phone going off. Yeah, I got two phones. Okay. It ain't too late for good tape to get picked up by other teams. That's what I'm saying. It's not. It's not too late. That's why I'm pretty sure that Harry Roseman and them are looking at guys that's possible on a bubble on other teams too. Because once they clear, after getting cut, we probably gonna try to swoop them in. Do you think that the Eagles should bring back Hassan Reddick? No, Anthony, no. I don't think they will. Would it be good? No, because his first stint when we hired Vic Fangio as defensive coordinator, he did not want to drop back in coverage. It only works if you want to do both things. You can't just be a one-trick pony in this system. You can't. And I think that Hassan Reddick, even if he's humbled, I think he's going to go back to his old ways. And it would benefit Hassan Reddick because Hassan Reddick is from Jersey. He gets to be around family and all that, and he's not state hopping. But it also benefit a petty ass Eagle fan like myself because the rumors of the masseuse rumors. So yeah, I would want him to be back, just to have homegrown. But I don't know. Willie Lampkin is not practicing today either. Willie Lampkin is not practicing today. So it's Willie Lampkin so far. Eli Stowers and Mick Williams is not practicing today. They're not practicing today. But for obvious reasons that I think that is not going to happen. I think that the only way it will happen is if he's willing to like do whatever it takes. Even watching his tape last season, he really wasn't dropping back in coverage. He was just getting to the quarterback, trying to get to the quarterback. Packers might have 99 pounds, but a quarterback will never be one. I do feel bad for Shador, man. First of all, you set up there and had to go through what you had to go through the draft. Then they try to say the other kid that got drafted before you was better than you. Then here comes Deshaun Watson coming in, and now they saying that he's starting. Like it's weird. It's a weird joint, man. It's a weird situation. Man. Whereas though now Shador is wasting time and he could be getting developed and getting that experience somewhere else. I want to get Hassan to get more pressure on other teams' quarterbacks. So you don't like Logan, you don't like Epigati and Epineza? You don't like them too? Because he's gonna have to take one of those spots. Oh, Anthony, his mom. Oh man. Yeah. It's bad. That's bad. It's bad. I don't know how well Deion Sanders, because I know he was going through something, but I don't know how well he is now. But I know he'd have been in that damn office, cursing everybody out. Like, what the hell? Like, anybody with eyes to see my son should be starting. Like, what is wrong with you? Yeah, they are right. Yes, but you want, I guess. I mean, I'm a fan of guys that wants to get to the quarterback, but the way the Fangio scheme is, man, like it's, lemon practicing and whoever got paid starts. Feelings don't matter. Sanders is a backup. Wow. Lemon is practicing in some capacity. I don't know what the capacity is. I think Sanders' family is hated just because of I think a lot of people didn't like Deion. I think a lot of people don't. It starts with him. He was in the limelight. I don't think a lot of them higher ups and GMs and all that, they don't like Deion. You know, he got friends in high places. You know, and I think one of his friends worked for the Browns, but I don't think that I don't think they like Dion. If we don't get Hassan, I will not be upset. All I want to see is my team win the Super Bowl. That's all, that's what everybody wants. That's the end goal. That's always the end goal at the end at beginning of every season. Get to the Super Bowl. But you know, steps to it. Markel Bell is not in warm-ups either. That too. Tiffany, you correct. Educated black man. Educated. Highly favored, man. Please like, comment, subscribe, ding the bell for notifications. I will be at the open practice tomorrow. Tomorrow, open practice start at 6:00 tomorrow. That sounded way harsher than I meant. No, it's fine. You're good. You're good, Brandon, man. I understand. I understand the frustrations and all that. And then also you're entitled to your own opinion about it. Limited, I wouldn't say limited is frustrating. I would say the injury is frustrating. Unfortunate. You know, like I said earlier, Willie Lampkin is not practicing today. Markel Bell, he's not in team warm-ups. So I don't know. Maybe these guys got banged up or getting a rest day or something. She'll see the I guess the injury report is coming up. Brandon, I hope you subscribe. This is my first time seeing your name on here. Atlanta Falcons brought Tua to start over Michael Penix. I mean, I guess. I mean, Tua got started. They basically are going ass backwards because they had Kirk Cousins, but Tua got started. What you call him here? Oh, okay. Elijah Moore is back from the neck injury, but back to what Ada is talking about. Yeah, I think they're like one and the same at this point. I think that with Tua, I think those wide receivers and Waddle and Reek, Cheetah, I think that they was making him look good. I really don't think that it makes a difference who start with the Atlanta Falcons. They need more of a pocket passer. They need a pocket passer. That's why they never wanted brown people to become educated. No. Anybody with a function brain knew Kyler Murray was going to start over. Yeah. I didn't think I thought that yeah, and then they started talking on Twitter talking about JJ McCarthy to the Eagles. Hell no. King DV, are you going to the home opener? I wish. I gotta see how it looks closer to home opener. But I wish I was going there. I wish. I'll be at open practice tomorrow. Okay, money. Hopefully I'll see you there. I think BG's supposed to be there too tomorrow. But yeah, I'm you know, it's going to be a lot of RIP fells in my video. Cuz he would have been there with me. Eagles girl going to be there too. Logan, man, let's talk about it real quick. Cuz right now I think they're just stretching little things. And Elijah Moore and Damian Pierce is back. So hopefully it will be one of those little ramped up periods for them too. Well, for Damian Pierce. But Logan, man, it got to the point that I don't even want to debate with TP at all anymore. It's to that point because like he had him talking in lowercase letters yesterday. He had him talking in lower. Rob A put on a master class on how to control the room, how to control the panel. It was basically Rob A outclassing everybody on a panel, and TP just hit with these idiotic takes. That's what it was. That's exactly what it was. It's horrible. It's horrible. It's horrible. Like TP really like put his foot in his mouth last night, didn't he? He really did. He really did. I agree. TP is a troll now. TP, because I already know his angles. I already know TP angles. That's why I kept saying I'm the boogeyman. I'm the boogeyman because I already know his angles. He's going to talk about how good the Giants is because it's hypothetical, because he hoped that with this new coach he could turn things around. He don't really have too much hope in Dart. He really don't, because he don't really talk about him that often. It's all about Neighbor, and he said he broke records. He only broke one record. It's not records. And I'm so tired of this dude keep calling the Philadelphia Eagles Philly, not the Eagles. Everybody gets their name called except for it's just disrespectful. He is a troll. Then on top of that, he always talk about it. Then when he come at the Eagles, it's always AJ Brown is off the team. Who y'all got? Your wide receivers suck. Your wide receivers not better than ours. It's always something. I already know his angles. But then at the end of all that, Logan, he basically said, he basically going to say, yeah, man, I think the Eagles are the team to beat. But I think we're going to win the division. But I think the Eagles are the team, are the best team in the division. What? Like, not making sense at all, bro. I will be going to the home opener and wanted to meet you, King DV. I mean, I could see how my money looking. If I could get one of those like last minute seats, gotta see how my money looking though. I don't think I ever. Yeah, I gotta do that one year. I gotta do a home opener. Maybe this year. Maybe I will try to. I'll let you know, Eagles girl. I'll let you know. Browns first round quarterback suck while they're but look at Baker Mayfield Miles better. Yeah. They gave up on Baker too soon, man. Are you concerned about beating the Washington Commanders? No, I'm not concerned about that at all. I think the Washington Commanders are going to try to put up a fight in the beginning, but I think the Eagles are just going to be in control for the last like 3 quarters. They're going to try to put up a fight. Hopefully, JD Cinco. I can't even say Cinco. He won't allow me to. The number between JD, the number between 4 and 6. Probably, I'm just joking. But JD5 probably hopefully will stay in the whole game. Big Pickett, what up? Please like, comment, subscribe, ding the bell. Tell a friend and tell another friend so we can get this channel rocking. Washington Commanders got a little less of injury prone quarterback than us. With JJ, yeah. I can't believe. Well, I didn't even know, guys. I didn't know that Willie Lampkin was a wrestler. Because I was trying to see why the hell is this little dude so strong? Pause. And he was a wrestler. I didn't even know that. I didn't know that. Did not know that he was a wrestler. So Willie Lampkin or Markel Bell is not out there at all. Like they're not even like watching. Oh, okay. But I did see that nasty almost like, he played like the rest of his snaps, Markel Bell, but somebody did roll up on the back of his leg. I don't know if it was his ankle or his lower leg or knee, something like that, something strained. But he played the rest of his snaps though. I hate these reporters because nothing. Where's Helen Jertz? Because he be on point. Hopefully he'll give us something. That's crazy. So remember the guy that got hurt at the beginning of the preseason game? So they just said that they released JT Gray. JT Gray is released and waived / injured running back Jaquidian Jackson. So yeah, he put his life on the line. And then the next flight home, y'all sit up there and put him on waive injury reserve. It's crazy. You could at least waited until like after open practice or something like that. Give it like 48 hours, like the next day. It's a hard not life in the NFL, man. I ain't risking my life and then y'all sit up there and let me go. That's insane, bro. That's insane. You got that Octavia Wicks out there. Had a strong week versus the Patriots. I'm shocked they ain't showing too much of QB1. Okay. So that's some good news. That's some good news. So Mekhi Lemon and Devontae Smith are full participants in practice today. Full participants. So I think they just came out with the come on, y'all. Give me something. I gotta notifications. There we go. So yeah, it looked like everybody's a go. Yeah. So our two wide receivers are back. Breaking news: Mekhi Lemon is back as a full participant. Oh, I can't wait. That's good news. That's good news. So I get to see Mekhi Lemon tomorrow. Knock on wood. I don't want to jinx it. I don't want to jinx it. But I get to see Mekhi Lemon tomorrow. At least practice. Markel Bell, his thumb in his leg. Jacorian Bennett knee. Grant Cockatera back. Johnson Jones shoulder. So he's still out. Damn, I don't even know if he's gonna make the roster now. I got him down in my 53. James Newby Pierce. I don't know. His name is not on here, so he probably is back. Woody Lampkin has a stinger. Matt McWilliams' shoulder. Eli Stowers hamstring. Now he got a hamstring issue. Damn it. Quez Watkins' foot. I don't even know why he's still on the roster. Quez Watkins and Keely Ringo piss me off this whole offseason because every time I see the name, I get pissed. Cole Wazinski has a concussion. Damn. Danny Gray has a groin injury. He's limited. Ojokwu, pectoral limited. Damian Pierce is limited. He's not even a full go. Oh, Unique. What up? What up? Yeah, I'm going to joint practice. I'm going to be there because I just found out it's free parking. I thought that it wasn't going to be free parking. I thought we was going to have to pay for parking. Yeah. Devontae in the building. Mm-hmm. Do the cha-cha, whatever that was. What you call it? Deshaun Watson apologized for his comments. Open practice. Oh, that's why they not practicing. It could be. You know, you might not see some people not practicing tomorrow either. You go probably not see them not practicing tomorrow. Jalen Carter is back after missing Thursday practice, joint practice. So he's a full participant today. That is good. That is good. Mm-hmm. I hate that too when they be talking about McCall Lemon talking about, he's not going to replace AJ Brown. Nobody said that he would. The whole dynamic of the offense didn't change over just because of the new scheme. AJ Brown would have been here with Sean Mannion's scheme. I guarantee you would have had an issue because he wasn't going to get the ball as much. Andrew Makuba in the field. I watched Carson Steele and picture Saquon on those plays Saturday. Nah. I think Saquon is more focused, man. A lot of people forget about Saquon Barkley just because he had to his standard, a down year. Everybody forget about Saquon Barkley. They keep talking about, y'all don't have AJ. Y'all don't have AJ. Saquon Barkley is still in the building. We still have a dynamic factor on offense besides Jalen Hurts and Devontae Smith. You know what I'm saying? These other guys that's going to be filled the supporting cast, they're going to sit up there and make these plays that we were arguing that they can make. I think I'll tell you what's going to show the world a lot. A lot. Yeah, it's going to be a lot. I can't wait until we practice. What's going on, Eagles, Drew? What is going on? Tap in, tap in. Hope all is well. Good afternoon to all. We are like here at practice. I don't know how I really don't know how long this practice is going to be because I know joint practice is like, if I'm not mistaken, like 3, maybe 4 hours. Not joint practice. I keep saying joint practice. Open practice. It's like 3 to 4 hours. There go QB1. There you go. Oh yeah, I think Jalen Hurts about to have a good day. Every time he wear them damn cleats. Every time he wear them all green, midnight green cleats, he have a good day. If you're afraid of getting booed in life, don't be famous. Facts. That's the number one reason why I'm a huge Kobe Bryant fan. He didn't give a damn if people didn't like him or not, even after the whole situation in Denver, and he still was balling. He still was balling. What can you say? The year we went to the Super Bowl, everybody kept saying Saquon carried us there. Now since AJ is gone, they had to like we can't get back. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Unique. Exactly what I'm saying. It's beyond me. It's beyond me. Can we have a moment of silence for T-Pay? Yo, Drew, I was just telling Logan, I do not want to I don't want to debate that dude no more, man. Rob A had that dude talking in lowercase letters last night. I don't want to see it. I don't want to be a part of it no more. He's so delusional and so predictable of what he's going to say. That's why I put in the chat. I said he's not ready for the boogeyman. Talking about myself, I said he's not ready for me. He's not. And I was going to go to his turf. I was going to go on his show to do this. That's what I was going to do. Yo, it's hard, man. It's horrible. It's on the next level podcast. Yeah, TP Wait. Yeah, I was going to get at him. Pause. But I was, man. He got a little bit. He has a little bit for when we did the thing for Fells and he hopped on and he was talking this talk. Yeah, he got a little bit. But yo, the way Rob A was going in, like Rob A was controlling the panel. He was controlling the panel. Lloyd didn't have nothing to say. Randy Ass didn't have nothing to say. And TP Way was just all his idiotic takes. And the Giants fan just gassing him up. I'm like, that's why he's doing what he's doing. He's so damn. He's talking about some delusional. He's the one delusional. He's the one delusional. They still going through a whole identity change as a team, and you really think that y'all going to win the division? It's ridiculous. I'm trying to find Rob A. Page. I can't find Rob A. Page. I typed it in what you call him and all that. You know, everybody TP is his own character, man. I don't know. I'm gonna start calling him Disney Channel. Because he believe in these little fiction stories he's telling. So yeah, I'm about to start calling him Disney Channel. That's what he is, me. TP Wait, Disney Channel. You know, he writing the little Mickey Mouse is like Raven Simone used to do. Yep, Disney Channel. Rob A doesn't have a page. Oh, I thought he did. That's probably why I couldn't find him. Oh yeah, he was asleep. I was hoping that he didn't snore because I didn't want to hear that. I got a bone to pick with what's his name, Nad. You know, everybody know who Nad is. The 49er fan. I got a bone to pick with him too. Because I didn't like what happened last night. I did not like that. Was it on the Bird Section channel? No, it wasn't on there. It was on the Next Level podcast. It was a Cowboys channel, but they did like an NFC roundup type thing. Of course, it wasn't no Commanders fan there though. They ain't got nothing to talk about. Wasn't the Commanders fan there. Come on, reporters. Get it together. But yeah, I really do wish TP the best. Soon as Rob A said bet $1,000, and his voice was like, I don't even bet. I don't even do that. He called it, I'm not betting with no strangers. Y'all strangers. I'm like, yo, what? You the one that made his ass. Yeah, I gotta take that off. That's what I said. I gotta take that off. I know what you're talking about, Unique. I apologize, sis. I apologize. Let me tell y'all what happened here last night. You know, while I wait for more reports. So it's this guy. His name was Eagles Bro, I believe. His name was Eagles Bro on there, and he basically said something like when Randy said that he was watching the Cowboys. He's watching football or something like that for 55 years. And he said, "Okay, Gramps," and laughed. And everybody on the panel was like, "No, don't talk." Not on the panel, on the chat. Everybody in the chat was like, "Don't talk about him. Randy's a good person. This, that, yada, yada, yada." And then Eagles Bro and Nad start going at it. And Nad ass said, You must be okay, Makai Lemon is practicing on 707s. You know, he's participating in 707s. That's a good Joan. So Nad said to Eagles Bro, right? Nad says, you must be straight from Africa, because I guess he didn't agree with what Eagles Bro was saying, and nobody said anything. Nobody said like, "Yo, that was ignorant. Why would you say something like that?" Nobody said anything, but they corrected them for just saying Eagles bro for saying what he said, but didn't correct Nad. So I called it out. And then the Flying Mayan, I'm waiting for him to come in here. He was like, "No, he's Mexican, but he's a white supremacist and all that." Like it was bad. Yeah, man. Flying Mayan would know what I'm talking about. And I didn't even see Nad in the chat no more. I don't know if Lloyd blocked him. I don't know what happened, but yeah, it was bad. It was bad. All right, he's practicing. He's 7-on-7s for a return. Okay. Washington only got a COVID NFC East title. That's crazy. COVID NFC East title. No, they got lucky, man, because I think God that because it would have been a lot harder, but I think we could have went to Detroit and beat Detroit in the NFC Championship if we needed to that in 2024. But the way it went down, we already knew that it was about to be a blowout just because of how the last time we seen the Commanders. And I was just watching the highlights from that game, man. Man. At one point, it was a game with the Commanders. It was 14-12. Then we scored. And I think we scored again. And then that's when Jane Daniels scrambled the ball in and he started dancing. I'm like, you still down, bro. You're sitting up there doing a little dance. Cool. And we put 55 on their head. Because that's what I was about to type before everybody was like, Eagles, bro, why would you say something like that? I was about to say, damn, 55 years, that number remind me of something. That's all I was going to type. that number remind me of something. Hey, is Nad a racist? We need to address that. We look when you talk to the Flying Mayan, he's going to know exactly what you're talking about because he's the only one that commented when I commented. I mean, when I post, he commented. So yeah, once he get his ass in here, Nad, yeah, he would not be a mod no more. He would not be none. That's word to Unique. Oh man, speaking of that, I gotta do that too. I gotta make a couple people. I'll do that probably right before practice ends. I gotta make a couple people able to get people out of here. Good to see Devontae Smith back in team drills. Jalen Hurts hit him over the middle for a nice connection on 7-on-7s. That offense is going to look totally different with these guys in there. Totally different. He closed out the session with a catch over the middle. Everything has been over the middle with Jalen Hurts. See, a lot of people are not talking about that either, y'all. A lot of people are not talking about. They're talking about, oh, he has 11 interceptions. He had 7 interceptions in 2 days and all that. First of all, y'all not factoring in. He's learning a new scheme. He's throwing the guys that he's not really used to. So now you're going to have miscommunications. Some of those interceptions weren't his fault. It was in the receiver hands, it tips and all that. It's so many things that goes on with it, but they're not factoring in that this dude is learning. Not even learning. I ain't gonna say learning because I feel like that he could always throw across the middle. He just wasn't asked to. But I feel like that now he's getting adjusted to doing that after not doing that for so many years. He's getting adjusted with doing that now. I think it's going to open up a whole new Jalen Hurts. On top of he's going to start being that dual threat quarterback again. That he's lethal. I remember when in the top 100 when he was ranked like the highest quarterback in the NFC, and they was like, "Yo, you got a game plan for him." I think he's going to get back to that Jalen Hurts. He's going to get back to that Jalen Hurts because you see, like you saw sparks of it, like in certain games last season, even in 2024. You've seen sparks of it, and then like especially in the big games, I ain't even got to talk about the Super Bowl, or the NFC Championship, the last one. you don't understand what's about to be unlocked. Well, people don't understand. I'm gonna say you. People don't understand what's about to be unlocked with Jalen Hurts. They don't. They don't. They really don't, man. Yeah, I gotta make somebody some like, so if somebody's getting out of line, then they could just, hey, if a nag get in here, hey, block that. Yeah, I ain't even gotta do nothing. I ain't even gotta do nothing. Cause y'all rocking with me and all that. So yeah, I gotta make some people, and I gotta give some people some minds that's actually, decent. Like, Aiden, he's a Vikings fan, but he's always coming respectful and all that. So, that's my guy. We talk football. Wacky comment, but I think we're at the start of our 3-ring run. Man, don't talk like that, Teddy. You're gonna get me amped. You're gonna get me amped. But that's the goal, though. Super Bowl. Super Bowl. Super Bowl. Mm. Don't worry, DV. We got you. I got you. Is that CZ? How many names you got? Oh, it's Linda. It's Linda Connors. Yeah, especially, yeah. Hold on, let me get on this. And I need Tiffany back so I can make her one too. Let me get on this real quick. Let me get on this. About channel. Let's get on that. Let's get on that, man. Oh, that's your company account. No, I gotta wait for you to get on your account though. I gotta wait for you to get on your account. I think I'm gonna throw the ball to my guy. There we go. There we go. Oh no, he wasn't. As soon as Linda Connors, Linda, and all them, like I just need people to be like, yo, like, no, we don't do that here, and just block them. Just block them. Do what you will, because that last night was crazy to me, man. That would it would not be none of that. And Linda be having points too in her super chats all the time. All the time. Matter of fact, I think I can make Tiffany, because I think, oh no, she already is. Okay. Let's see what's going on. So first target, Makai Lemon is incomplete. He motioned left wide and ran a slant against Cooper DeJean. Drew, you silly, man. Y'all silly, man. Y'all silly. Jalen Hurts, the Darius Cooper, I'm sorry. Jalen Hurts to Darius Cooper is an automatic of a connection that you will find. That's what I'm saying. Like, So that means he just hit him. He just hit pause, but he just do a dot to Darius Cooper. And then TP started yelling stranger danger. That's crazy. Yeah, I'm trying to wait for Linda to when Linda has it gets into her account, then I can, make her one too. Yeah, we ain't playing no games with that. We is not playing no games with that. They was quite like I'm like, Lloyd, this is like your channel. Like, you need to be talking too. And I know he was supposed to be the host, but I'm like, yo, like, it's basically became TP versus Rob A. If I wanted to watch that, they could have just did it on TP Way channel or the Bird section. But I digress on that though. Eagles auction trainer. Okay. Yeah, he was enjoying the show. He was enjoying the show. He did say that. It is, but you welcome, Art. It is confusing. You're welcome. Oh, I remember we had him. CJ Uzama, tight end. I remember we had him for like a year. Jalen Hunt has a sack and a tackle for loss already. He's living in the backfield. Oh man, this boy about to be an all-pro. If Jalen Hunt become an all-pro, man, I ain't gonna lie. I don't see what you call him. I don't see what you call him bouncing back, especially if a third rounder is outplaying you and you was a first round draft pick technically. Well, not technically, literally a first round draft pick in Nolan Smith. Jalen Hurts hits Hollywood Brown deep for a 35-yarder. Reporters aren't going to talk about that too much. They ain't going to give details on that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Jalen Hunt is a dog, man. It is. It is. That's why a lot of people don't know. This is about to be deadly. On top of Wicks, just being out there too. Them three alone is going to be deadly. They're going to be able to make plays. Moro Jomo been in the backfield as well. I need Ty Robinson to continue to play like he's playing. Like even the joint practice and also this last preseason game. DV, how you feel about that O-line? That man, I'm good on O-line depth. I'm good. Woody Lampkin is not practicing today, but or Markel Bell. But that depth, man, it looks amazing, man. Chris Cooper, right now he's doing a good job with that piece. I just want to see how this starting line look to my eye. You know what I'm saying? I know we hear all the time. Think about it. Right now we're hearing the Jalen Hunts and all that are getting to the backfield with ease. Like they've been in the backfield all the time today. So I just need to see what is he doing with the starters? Because it's easy to manage guys that are young, but the guys that been here and stayed with Stoutland for so many years and now they're learning a new thing, it's going to take them some time. Not saying that they're not willing to learn, but it's going to take them some more time to get the gist of everything, because right now, you know, I don't know what's going on. And 9 times out of 10, if they saying Jillix Hunt and Moro Jomo, 9 times out of 10, it's that left side, which means it could be Landon Dickinson. It could be some lackadaisical play from Jordan Mailata. That happens sometimes. How y'all feel about Tyler Steen, though? Speaking of O-line, well, how do y'all feel about Tyler Steen? Because a lot of people said that Markel Bell needs to go to right guard and get Tyler Steen out of here, or they were saying even put Willie Lampkin at right guard. Did Makai Lemon get a catch yet? Come on. Was the bag worth it? No. Teddy, no. The bag wasn't worth it. He's still a free agent. He waiting for the Eagles to call him. Tanner McKee is first up with the twos. It's crazy how he's always like the first up with the twos, but when it comes to preseason, Andy Dalton starts. Yeah, Linda, I agree. I think that this year he's going to make a difference. I think this year Steen will probably make a difference. He had played better. It's a contract year for him too. TV, you should do a call in tomorrow after open practice. I got questions most fans will want to hear about from practice. I'll see, man. I'll see if I don't do it like that night, because if I don't do it that night, then I probably do it like Wednesday as I'm doing this again, possibly. I have all those questions of what I saw. Because it's going like around like 9, not probably like 9:30. Like I said, I live probably like 10 minutes away, 5 to 10 minutes away from the stadium. So it shouldn't take me long to get home. But I don't know. We shall see. Where would you rank Darius Cooper among the Eagles wide receivers right now? That's a question from Thomas R. Peterson. It's a question for him, from him. Okay, bet whenever you can, DV. Gotcha. So you think he's third? I gotta hear Makai Lemon looks good and all that, and he's just not talking about it because I ain't hear his name yet. But when it comes to Darius Cooper, when he links up with Jalen Hurts, you know, he did come alive in that last preseason game, just because they were able to get him the ball. But every time he's with Jalen Hurts in these practices, he's showing out. Do you guys think that Elijah Moore makes the squad? The military put out warrant for Rob. Hey, come on, man. I'm saying because they're breaking news. I'm like, oh man, what he got for what he did to the Army soldier last night? Man, Smitty, Lemon, Cooper, Wicks, but Cooper because size. I think Wicks is going to start. I think Makai Lemon or Cooper will play the slot. I think Hollywood Brown will be the fourth. Yeah, I know, Drew. I think Makai will be the fourth. Not Makai, I'm sorry. I think Hollywood Brown will be the fourth. I'm gonna get to the 53-man projection, man. I know y'all prepared for it. All right. Should I do it now and just do it while I'm reporting, or should I wait until after practice? Because I'm anxious to do it to see y'all take, because I want to do position by position anyway. Pause. That's because they gotta get the money's worth. After practice, all right. Bet, Drew. Because I got some questions for y'all while I'm doing this, man. Because some guys I got question marks in there, like Ringo. Ringo is one of those guys. Waru is one of those guys. McWilliams and Elijah Moore is the other one. That was the other one. Oh, y'all want to show some more stuff. I hate these reportings, man. And I told my guy, like, because I'm gonna use for one of the guys I gotta talk about, because a lot of people are not so hung up on him. So for one of the guys I gotta talk about, I told my resource that I was gonna shout him out. So you said Elijah Moore stays. What you? I don't know what you're talking about. You gotta put me on, Teddy. So you said Elijah Moore stays. So you, so Tiff, are you saying that we keep in? Hold on, how many of these receivers I got here? So 6 receivers. We're gonna keep 6 receivers. I like more too. But I just, I just think outside the box. I think outside the box about him and AJ Brown being cool, and it'd be times where he's not getting that tick because the starters is looking great, and then he would go back and tell AJ Brown, "I see what you were saying," or some crazy crap. Like in my mind, I'd be thinking some shit go down like that. Jalen Hurts just overthrew Hollywood Brown. It would have been a touchdown if they connected, though. Watkins, though, I don't even need to say bye to him. He should have just stayed in Foxborough. I don't even need to say bye to him. He knows he cut. Covey's going to be on the practice squad. Is the guy who does the video. I'm going to tag you so you can see. Okay. See, y'all gotta put me on game, man. I'm trying to get all this stuff. Robert Williams. All right, let me see what Tiff just showed me. Just tap me in. Oh yeah. Yeah, I know who this is. I follow him on TikTok. Yeah, I know him. Oh, he is funny as hell. And he's quick with it. He do too much, but he do too much, man. I'm talking about with the wig and all that. When I say he do too much, I mean it's comedy. It's pure comedy. But he's telling some truth in them songs though. Songs that he be making. My favorite is the one when he was on the piano, and the one he made right after we won the Super Bowl. Yeah, I know him. Yeah, I follow him on TikTok. Hilarious. He was one with Von Miller in Dallas already. He has one with Von Miller in Dallas already. He do? Yo, that's hilarious. That is hilarious. Come on, I'm tired of seeing this dude. You like a pedo? Oh yeah, I forgot. He just got booked. That's the 49ers owner. The 49ers, speaking of that, the 49ers whole team just looked bad. They did get George Kittle back. He's active. But come on, man. This guy getting charged with a misdemeanor. Mm. That's not a good look. Yo, y'all don't report nothing, huh? It's so crazy because open practice tomorrow, I'm gonna be able to report every goddamn thing. Yo, Jalen Hurts look good. Hey, he just did this, did it. Yeah, the 49ers are crumbling. I'll be able to boom, boom, boom. I know things are happening. They're just real slow. Yeah, Helen Jertz said I could use one of his materials for my take on this one player that I got to talk to y'all about. Because a lot of people are not high on him. You know, I was looking at Laura Brunson the other night, and they agree with him about this person, about Stowers. So he said that I could use some of that content. I did ask him on Twitter. From the owner to the coaches, to the coaches, to the players. DV, you should review Robert's video. He on here, right? All right. No, he's on Instagram. I don't think he on here. I don't think he on here. Yeah, Smitty about to have a year too. People are sleeping on Star Wars. A lot of people are. A lot of people are. That's why I want to have this conversation. Because everybody not going to agree that Star Wars is him. Some people think that he was a bust. He's a bust, but he ain't even take a snap in the football league yet. Besides preseason. Their feet move, yeah. Sauer needs to get his confidence about play up. So you saying that he's not confidence, Linda? Everybody is sleeping on Stowers, man. Everybody. But see, after practice, the players be talking, Drew. And I'll be wanting to play that too, get some of that motion. Yeah, you can see it in his execution. I can see what you're saying. I just think he's overthinking things because this scheme caused him to block a lot more than to do what he was doing in college. Okay. But Kyle Lemon just got his first catch from Jalen Hurts. It was a screenplay. They got more context. Hold on, let me refresh it. First catch for Makai Lemon. He looped around right and on a play action boot, turn uphill after a short completion. Would think we'll see plenty of that. That's what I'm saying. I think that's why they got him, because he's built for that. He's built for that. Star Wars is used to being the fastest guy on the field. Well, that's what I'm saying. That too. He's overthinking it. Instead of just letting the game come to him. He's overthinking it. That's what I get from his body language. Moro Jomo just picked up his second sack pause today. Wow. And that's the whole thing too. In them joint practices, they wasn't even counting sacks. Seeing a lot of passes. John Clark says, seeing a lot of passes over the middle again from Jalen Hurts to Makai Lemon and Octavian Wicks. You already know he can throw the deep ball. If he masters, or I ain't gonna say if, when he masters this offense of throwing in the middle of the field too, yeah, the league in trouble, bro. I agree with everything Rob A said yesterday, except for that Dak Prescott was the best quarterback in the division. Because you know what numbers say to me? What good numbers say to me, or good records and all that, is it's going to be somebody out there more rich than you, or more have more money than you. It's going to be somebody out there with more money than you. Doesn't mean that they're better than you. That's how I look at yards and all that, because as a quarterback, you're supposed to pass the ball, but it takes a special type of quarterback that's going to sit up there and allow himself to make the sacrifice, even if he's a part of the scheme of like a play action or a RPO, things like that, to shore up the defense to the point where now is opening lanes for the running back or himself. It's special when you could do things like that in big moments too. That matters. Winning matters. Winning plays matters. And the fact that I hate that I keep bringing him up, but the fact that TP Way kept saying that Jalen Hurts is not a quarterback, that he benefits off of his roster, it's crazy to me, because the roster wouldn't have been built without Jalen Hurts. He don't benefit from the roster. He is the nucleus of that roster. He is, because without him, that roster don't flow. You've seen it. You keep bringing up damn Kenny Pickett. Tired of him, man. People are knocking him for the things we already knew he couldn't do. Right. Soon as he got drafted, the first thing they said was he couldn't block. He couldn't block. So he's been working on blocking on the sidelines and everything like that. But that's a bad joint too, because we didn't draft him for that. We drafted him to catch the ball, but then it's like, oh, he can't block either. Ain't that the same goddamn thing we was mad at Grant Cockatera for? He can't block. You don't get this type of award to be a bust. Right. When somebody asks you who the best quarterback in the division, it comes down to that, what metrics they're talking about. That's a fact. Art was acting like AJ Brown was throwing right. He not throwing it. I say that all the time. Jalen Hurts suck. He suck. But who's throwing him the ball? Who's throwing AJ Brown the ball? And Devontae Smith. And why did Dallas Goedert have a career year last year? I don't know. Everyone forgets how great Carson Wentz was. Jalen is the guy who took his job. I ain't gonna say he was great. He was having a hell of a year before he got hurt. And then when he came back, Jalen Hurts took his job. He was good as hell. Don't get me wrong. Carson Wentz, I'm not gonna hold you. Carson Wentz, when he was in that MVP conversation and all that before he got hurt, he was a dog. He was a dog. And even when we went to was that the playoffs with because that's the reason why I never Carson Wentz is the reason why I never wanted Jadeveon Clowney on my squad. I was mad that year. Took him right out the game. You can build a roster around the quarterback, but what does the quarterback do with the talent given to him? And this is what I was saying because yesterday he kept they kept saying Dak Prescott. I'm sorry, Strawberry Daiquiri. You know, Drew let me know that that's his name. So I got to say that. So Strawberry Daiquiri had talent before. He had 2,000-yard wide receivers, 1,000-yard running back, one of the best O-lines in the league, and a good tight end. And couldn't do anything with that. Because just like Rob A say, because that's the only comeback you got. Just like Rob A said, the defense will always be the scapegoat in Dallas. So I feel for Christian Parker if that Dallas defense don't look better. If that defense don't look better, I feel bad for CP. Hold on, how E&J don't have a hold up. Let me see. Because Ian wasn't just moderator. What am I doing? There we go. Maria Daiquiri had 6 players that had 1,000. That's what I'm saying. He had some great players, man. I'm not trying to hear it. Not trying to hear it at all. So the second Amaro Jones set looked like it was on Dickerson. Hunt had a speed rush from the other side earlier against Lane. He went past Lane. Julius Hunt about to be one of those stills. Because look, I was one of those guys. I'm not even gonna hold y'all when they was like the Eagles select Julius Hunt from such and such. I'm like, what? I said, why? But then I seen how happy Vic was, and then I was like, oh, all right, we should be good. I seen how happy he was. I said, yep. Okay. And didn't even make it to the playoffs. That's what I say. It's years when they won a division and then got bounced the first round. It's years when they got into they didn't make the playoffs. And they start, they're going to blame injuries. They're going to blame the defense. They're going to blame everything but Strawberry Daiquiri. I would be embarrassed hyping up my team's players with 7-9-1 record. No, it's not embarrassing, man, because like I said, they live in that fantasy world. They live in, hey, we could do it, And the only reason why they barking so loud now is because they really did. We got a chink in our armor just because we lost a potential top 10 wide receiver in AJ Brown. And then they keep talking about this joint practice like, okay, he was cooking in one-on-ones and 2-on-2s. But tell me how many did you hear his name get called that much in 11-on-11s and all that? No, because I seen interceptions being had on him because That's going to be the Patriots' downfall. They're going to want to force feed him because he's going to make it about that, even though he told the reporters that Mike Vrabel knows how to, lead him and he respects him and all that. He was happy with us at one point. He's flip-floppy, man, and I don't like God. I don't like players. I don't like humans like that. If I make you change, then that's one thing. It's no way that you go from I'm excited to be a Philadelphia Eagle. You were the main guy at the time because we had Miles Sanders at running back, and then when your contract was about to be up, we signed Devontae Smith, and then you sit up there with your bottom lip poked out. And then when we signed you, I want to retire Eagles, fly, Eagle, fly. I love the city, da-da-da-da. And then you start pulling your bullshit. And we always making excuses for him. You know why? Because we were winning still. It's crazy. Christian Parker is a traitor. Shout out to Kobe Dean. He's not a traitor. He's not a traitor, man. He took the role that paid him. I just hate that it had to be with the Cowboys, but he took what role that paid him and got him to that next level. That's what it was. Damn. Okay. The practice is over. 70 minutes of practice. That went quick, man. Updates with Jalen Hurts play of the day. I don't think we're gonna get our backup quarterback name until after this next preseason game. All money ain't good money. I would not have taken a job. Yeah, but see, y'all got to understand that these guys don't see them as ops like we do. Not even players on our team see the Cowboys as ops like we do, and except for the people that have been, battling with them for years, like the Jalen Hurtses, the Devontae Smiths, and they know what it means for the city. Like a guy like CP that was only there for a couple years. He not gonna be like, I'm gonna turn this job down because I'm an Eagle. No, he's not. I'm pretty sure if he was with the Broncos and who's in a division? Give me a name. Chargers. If the Chargers said that we needed a defensive coordinator, he would have took that job. To be Fairy Strawberry do be having the sun in his eyes. So did Jalen Hurts, and Jalen Hurts was cooking them in that stadium too. I still got the picture upstairs. I still got the pictures upstairs. I need to know who's going to be talking because that's crazy. That hour and 10 minutes went by quick. But I knew it was going to be kind of light, though, because of what they're going to have to do tomorrow. I already knew. Oh, yeah, right. Right, Linda. That's a fact. That's a fact. He was right there. Open button-up shirt and all. He was right there. No disrespect to Parker, but what other teams was checking for Parker? I don't know. That's a great question, Drew. I don't know if he had any other interviews. I know we have open practice tomorrow. That's why I said I think it was that light because of that. Because open practice is going to be shit. It's going to be long. The gate's supposed to open at 4, and the gates is supposed to open at 4, and practice don't start to 6. I mess around, probably be on Cool Cat's channel because I know Cool Cat probably gonna be out there. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. All right, I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. No reports. I don't even know if they're gonna be talking right now. So I want to get into this 53-man roster talk. 53 man. I want to start with the quarterbacks of who I think. If y'all think, I don't know if y'all think Andy Dalton should be a quarterback of the Philadelphia Eagles on the start of the season, but I don't. I think it should be Jalen Hurts, Tanner McKee, Cole Payton. Do we have any disagreements? We could discuss that. I think Tanner McKee is going to ride this out. I think that it would be stupid for us to turn down a 3rd-round pick with the Jets for Tanner McKee just to turn around and trade him for a 7th. I think it would be stupid to do that. With the Jets, it was a 3rd-round pick. What year was that? I forgot what year it was. But now he's only doing like the 6 or 7 or whatever, right? I think 6th or 7th pick. Yeah, I'm good on quarterbacks too. All right. So running backs, I have 4. I have 4 running backs. I have Saquon, Tank Bigsby, Shipley, and Still. Get that red-headed stepchild out of my face. Meow. Why did I read it like that? But no, I got Saquon, Tank, Shipley, and Still. Come on, Art. You got. I'm not saying who's starting. You being silly. Okay, wide receivers. Now here's where it gets crazy because I got Smith, Wicks, Lemon, Hollywood, Cooper. A lot of people think that we're only going to keep 5 wide receivers. I think we keep more than 5. I think we keep 6. I'm leaning towards Elijah Moore, but I would be shocked if they said, "Oh, Britton Covey made the list just because of special teams." So me personally, I'm putting Moore at 6. So I think we keep 6 wide receivers. But then we gotta start making cuts somewhere else because I think Waru deserves a spot on the roster, if not practice squad. So the wide receiver room is looking Smith, Wicks, Wilson, Hollywood, Cooper, and Elijah Moore. Going to the tight ends. You got Dallas Goedert, Stowers, and Munt. I don't think we need to be keeping 4 tight ends. I don't know if that's a pause, but I don't think we need to be keeping 4 tight ends. I think that Craig Alcantara needs to be off the squad too, or he's going to be practice squad. So if it's only the 3 tight ends, I do want to share my screen. Okay. Share my screen real quick and put that up. So this is my guy. Shout out to Helen Jertz. Like I said, I asked him to utilize this. And yeah, EJ Jenkins is a tight end, but no, he needs to be even. He's gonna stay on the practice squad, I believe. So receiving ability, he said, I feel like this facet of Star Wars game has never been in question. Very impressive catch radius for a tight end and super stable hands. Oh, also he was playing quarterback at AM just 3 years ago and didn't fully convert to tight end to 24. So he was only a tight end for 2 years. He was playing quarterback. He was only been a tight end for 2 years. I think Wishacom did that too. But he did it in the league. Terrell Pryor, I think that's his name. He went from quarterback to tight end. So yeah, this is what I was saying earlier. Yeah, I know. You put me on to Helen Jerts. Had more, like to Linda's point earlier, I think that he had more confidence in college. And this is what we were wondering why we weren't hearing his name a lot more, because of how we visioned the clip as I'm talking. He Pivia rips one up the steam, a hell of a catch. That's what I'm saying. He has moves and he knows how to find his way in zone coverage. Using his vanity film, because he hasn't put out a lot of full speed catches on film yet, and this is what Howie saw in him. He's still the same player. So that's what I'm saying. So I don't know, but y'all tell me. Let's keep it moving. Route running has been impeccable. Some of you have seen this rep from Brandon Lee Gowan and started panicking. Yep, because I heard LB talk about this route, how it was lackluster. I heard people on Twitter say it was lackluster. I've been on other Eagles content creators platforms that said it was a lackluster route, because you're going toe for toe with what's his name, Kevin Byard. I believe that's Kevin Byard. Folks, we're talking about practice players, especially rookies. Generally will just be trying random shit because of the practice field. Here's another clip from BLG. Brandon Lee Gowan. Stowers gets separation using both of his arms and his legs. His arm and his legs. Power in and out of the cut. Trace that where Holly touted coming out of Vanderbilt. This was against Kevin Byard as well. No, that wasn't Kevin Byard the first time then. Kevin Byard number 31. A proven talent at safety. Bad throw, but it was a bad throw by Tanner McKee, but point still stands. Somebody took a clip from the roof. Oh, okay. Another clip I took. Oh, he took it. Of Star Wars at joint practice. Obviously, he's running the route against nobody, but not the power in the steps coming into the cut and coming out. He's 239 pounds, moving with a 4.5 speed. It's a lot of upside, man. Blocking. Coming into camp, this was the aspect of Star Wars game that most people thought needed more attention. They're right, but Star Wars is learning the ropes quickly. Check out these clips from week 1 of preseason. Fan Duffy took. So if I go to Fan Duffy's, so you can look at some of the blocking that he was doing. I'm gonna show that one more time. It was a little fast, but he's blocking. He's getting good blocks. He's learning it. Boom. Even though that hole like closed up. It's another one. That's what I'm saying. So yeah, let me get out of there. Let me stop showing that. Let me get out of there and come. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I think that Stowers is being overlooked. I think that, we are expecting him to come out and be this great tight end. That's why a lot of people wanted the guy that the Jets what was his name? Tight end. I got a brain fart right now. Um the guy from the Jets got the tight end. He's injured right now as well. I think he was like the first tight end took. But yeah, I think that it's a lot of people sleeping on him. A lot of people sleeping on him. Charmaine is working with Kyle Lemon, extra work after practice. It's a great job. Um, so yeah, I'm high on Star Wars. I think Star Wars have a lot of upside. DV, I see it like this. It depends. It depends on who you're watching as a content creator. Has the fans believing their word is gold. Like, for example, LB, you have to have your own opinion. I don't care who you are. Yeah, King and Sadiq, that's who I was talking about. Art. People wanted him. I remember BG was a high, like he wanted King and Sadiq. He wanted him bad. But no, you gotta give it time, man. He's a rookie. He's a rookie, and it's a new system. And like Tiffany said earlier, or somebody said earlier, that the NFL is a little bit faster. So you gotta adjust. I think it was Teddy. It was either Teddy or Tiffany. How you got a grade for Jalen Hurts already? I hate Elliott Shore Parks, man. But he's at practice, so if somebody's not getting no footage or getting the reports out, I got a report from somewhere, even though his words is, on the fence, is skeptical. No, Tiffany know her stuff, man. That's why I said, man. It's crazy when I see like a guy and a female argue and debate, and then like low key, not even low key, high key, because it be on in the chat, and they be winning the debate. I'm like, wow. Okay, so I did the tight end. So let's go to the O line. Let's go to the O line now, y'all. So I got Jordan Mailata, Landon Dickinson, Jurgens, Steen, Lane Johnson, Fred Johnson, Markel Bell, Kendall, Lampkin, and Majors. So I got us keeping 10. I got us keeping 10. 10 O linemen. I think that's all we need, really. Somebody gonna be on the practice squad. Edge rushers: Grenard, Jillix Hunt, Nolan Smith, Epigati, and Ebenezer. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Yeah, she really be dialed in with these players. Unique, she really do. Yeah, Lampkin can play two positions. So like I said, that's good. That's good. And with the edge, I'm good with 5. I'm good with 5. I'm with Harry Roseman. I think that a 5-man rotation is good. Now, a lot of people was talking about Hassan Reddick or either Josh Sweat or somebody like that. I don't know. I think Josh Sweat is a little reach just because of his contract, but unless they take a part of it. But yeah, I don't know. I know how we can make that work, but I don't know. I think they like those two guys. I think they like Ebenezer and Abaganti. I think they like them. All right, so defensive tackle, of course, you got Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, Mauro Dromo, Ty Robb, Byron Young, and Uar Bernard. So that's what 6. So I said we keep 6 D tackles. I would too. I would take BG over Bernard just to help out with, I guess, the last, possibly the last stint. I ain't gonna say the last stint. Possibly the last stint of Nolan Smith tenure with the Eagles. Hopefully just give him the best opportunity, because at the end of the day, you know, he looks up to BG and all that. So yeah, I hope so. I hope so. Hold on, pause that. I think is he players talking? Man. Yeah, Andrew McCool's been stepping up too. I've been hearing a lot about him, which is good. I thought that it was going to be it's probably players talking. Yeah. Hold on, let me put on Tyler Steen. Tyler Steen. No, don't do that. Put on Tyler Steen. I'm gonna answer your question when this is over. Tiff, I'm gonna still be on.
So yeah, it's been pretty good having him in the room.
How valuable is that, do you think, that he's played in this league before? How much credence does that lend to what he's telling you guys?
Yeah, I think when he came to the room, it gave him immediate credibility, just because you know, he's been there, done that. You know, obviously he's coached, but you know, but he's done it himself too. So and then I mean, just again, like, just to him being able to draw back off some of the experiences he had as a player and playing in this game too, it's been really cool to feed off that.
A couple of your teammates have talked about the development that you've shown during this training camp. I guess, what do you think the difference has been for you?
I'm not sure. I think confidence has a lot to do with it. Just going out there and seeing yourself execute, I think, has a lot to do with it. Took it the same. I mean, every off season you kind of go into it not wanting to prove yourself, you know, all over again. So just trying to take it one day at a time, trying to stay focused. That's pretty much it.
Tyler, what have you seen from Ty Robinson his last few weeks in camp?
Yeah, Ty's a really good player. He's you know, obviously he's been making plays in the games. You know, he's a really good pass rusher. But I mean, I don't think a lot of the guys are surprised that he's out there making plays, because everybody knows Ty was a good player.
How do you guys feel like, how far along do you guys feel like you are in comfortability with the scheme and how all that's been, you know, kind of installed?
Yeah, I think it's been, you know, going really good. We finished up installing pretty much the whole offense probably like a week or two ago. So now we're just kind of refining everything. I think going out there and this past 2 joint practices and doing a good job running the ball gave everybody really a lot of confidence, just being able to execute against another team. So I think everybody's really confident in the scheme. I think it's just the little things, you know, procedural stuff, trying to fine tune, you know, little details here and there. But I think other than that, everybody's pretty confident in it.
What do you think went well for you guys, especially that first day of joint practices as a blocking unit in the run game?
Can you repeat that question?
The first day of joint practices, you guys ran the ball really well. What do you think clicked well for you as a blocking unit in that practice in particular?
I don't think it was like one specific thing. I think we've gradually gotten better as camp has gone on. I think also just installing the whole running scheme, I think, gives defenses a lot to think about, because one minute you're going, you know, wide zone and D tackles and DNs are running. The next minute you're going duo and you're going downhill. So I think that gives defenders a lot to think about. And so it kind of makes it easier on the O lineman, because they don't know what to play. And so if you're a deep tackle and you're playing it like outside zone, but then we're running downhill, it just makes it that much easier for us to get our combos going and things like that. So I think it's been good.
It's our first time speaking with you since Lane's announcement. What did you learn playing next to Lane, or what's kind of unique about playing next to Lane in that as you go on in your career?
Yeah, Lane's, besides the fact that, he's an incredible player, he's an incredible resource for everybody in the room. Not only when it comes to off the field stuff, in the weight room, in the meeting room, how to handle, dynamics within the, within the building, how to, come out and prepare to compete every day. So I think it's been everything. I mean, just being able to watch Lane just be consistently the same person every day in this process, and then go out there and execute at a high level. It's been really cool to see. So yeah, I've learned so much from Lane. It's been really cool to have him.
Tyler, you're on like with Saquon Barkley as you learn this new rushing offense or scheme. What's his approach been like from your perspective?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Yeah, what have you seen out of Saquon as he approaches a new run scheme? What from your vantage point of working with him?
Yeah, Saquon's an incredible player. So I think regardless of what scheme we're running, I think he's going to be able to be comfortable and execute at a high level. I mean, I don't, he looks pretty comfortable to me out there. I don't, probably that'd be a question for him to see how comfortable he is, but I think he looks great.
You're on a better coming into this year, knowing you're the starter versus last year when you're battling for the job.
Yeah, I think just being able to go out there and play throughout the whole season and start throughout the whole season, I think just gives you that extra bit of I wouldn't say comfortability, because I don't think you ever want to be comfortable, but just confidence and confidence in your ability to execute and perform.
Tyler, you're on an O-line with 3 Pro Bowlers and an All-Pro. How much you kind of – I know you play this for team stuff mainly, but how much you kind of driven to join that group and be a Pro Bowler, All-Pro, and get that kind of –
Yeah, I think it's an incredible motivator for everybody in the room. When you have that many guys that you see them playing at a high level and they've done it, you've seen them do it. I mean, that just motivates not only me, but everybody in the room to also reach that, because that's what we're striving for. We're all striving to be the best players we could be and reach that highest level. So I think it's incredible. It's incredible to have those guys in the room. I don't think a lot of teams in the league have that, those amount of players that play at a high level like that. So it's really cool to have that, play alongside those guys.
Thanks, everybody.
Might be the reason. What's up, y'all? What's up, dog?
How did it feel to get after a different quarterback? Enjoyed practices last week.
Oh, it was so much fun not seeing the same people all the time. And a little competition. We like to be physical over here and we like to compete. But when it's different colors, it's just a little bit more, energy in the field.
Speaking of physical, I know Makai's on the offensive end, but it looked like you gave him kind of a low 5 after a run block. What was he like out there?
It's good. It's good to have him on the field. Whenever a receiver has to block one of us, you kind of get to test the type of person he is on the field. So he didn't shy away from it. He didn't try to just get around me. He put hands on me and tried to really block me, and I respect that. And that's cool to see, because his demeanor on the field is totally different than who he is. He's a laid back guy, but on the field he's like just a different energy, a different monster type thing. So it was just cool seeing that.
Especially for an edge rusher, is it helpful to get away from Lane and Jordan and maybe like work rush moves that maybe don't work against those two guys?
Yeah, it's always nice to get away from them. But in a very respectful way. They're just really good at their craft. So it's nice to go against people who are stronger in other areas, make me work different moves and different tendencies, and try to dissect the rush as I go along in the game. But it's also just nice to see other people like I said earlier, you get repetitive and you start to know, what's up, Fred? I'm good, you? It gets repetitive during training camp because you see everybody the same way, and you're working on things throughout camp, but rushes that you're going to rush against them don't always work against somebody else. So seeing someone else's set lines and how they like to throw their hands and then working different moves is really nice.
On the interception on the second.
Some of the younger players got an opportunity. What do you see during the entire Josh and Jose specifically?
Josh, Jose, Keyshawn, all of them. Just improvement. I think our head coach and every other coach, it starts at the top, so it goes down. But we're so focused on the details of things, and even if you win a rush, how can you win it better next time, or where can your footing be so next time you get a run block, you're more stout, or whatever the case may be. And at the beginning of camp, everybody's making mistakes, and to see them improve, especially Josh, this is his first time ever playing football, and then he gets a sack last week, which is really exciting. And I'm excited for him because I know how hard it is to work real hard and still not get a sack. So I'm happy that he was able to experience that, to know that he's working in the right direction. And what he's working on is working. But I've seen a lot of growth from everybody, including them. I'm super proud and I'm super happy that they're growing, and it adds to the room because we're all excited for everybody. But to see things like that in the game and to see them make plays is really exciting.
On the interception on the second day there, at what point did you think you could catch that ball? And then what's behind you even chasing the ball to begin with?
Chasing the ball, we always talk about getting out of the stack. So whenever the ball's in the air, we run to the ball. Whenever the ball's on the ground, you pick the ball up. Whenever the play's past you, you still turn and run. We talk about that all the time. That's something we talk about in team meetings and in our individual OD, and then in our specific position meetings. It's always getting to the ball whenever the ball's in the air. So the turn and run was off of instinct because he threw the ball, so I had to get around the ball. And what we say all the time is if you're around the ball, good things happen. So once the ball got into the air, I took like a couple steps and realized if I dive, I can grab this. And I know if I get my hands on it, I'm cool. So that was it.
Sack by Josh afterwards. Did you say anything to him? What's your reaction to it? And then going back and seeing that, I guess, in a group setting and film, was that like as well?
Super excited. We watched it a whole bunch. We were yelling. I think I don't know. It was like a party on the sideline in the edge room, and really on the whole defense. Everybody knows about Josh and Uwar. This is their first time playing football, so anytime they make plays, the whole defense gets excited. And Uwar made some plays in the game as well. So when he made his plays, he got some tackles. We were all excited, and it was when Josh got the sack. I'm jumping in the air. I'm screaming. When he came to the sidelines, all pats on the head, like, good job, like, way to go. And when you watch it in film, you start to realize why he might have gotten a sack or why he was able to set the tackle up the way he did or why it worked out like that, because he had been consistent in his line and in his rush. So it was just real cool to see. So that's what we did in film.
Has it surprised you how quickly he's been able to pick up some of the technique stuff?
Nah, not at all. He's an athlete. I trust, Howie and Coach Sirianni to pick who they need to pick. And he, like I said a couple weeks ago, he has the physique, he has the athleticism. He just needed the technique. So I'm not surprised at all.
You're still a very young player yourself.
Yeah.
Do you find that some of the younger guys already sort of go to you and look for some advice?
Yeah. I can't really say. I don't want to be like, yeah, they always come to me. In our room, we kind of just go to each other. So certain people have rushes that they love to do, and certain people do different things better on the field. And whatever you're trying to look for, you ask that person. So if somebody asks me anything, whether it be sometimes I ask Nolan things, or sometimes Nolan's asked me something. Sometimes I ask AK or AJ, like whatever the case may be. Sometimes I ask Jose. Like, it doesn't matter who it is. So we all kind of just feed off of one another and ask each other, hey, where do you think I could benefit from this? Or what do you think I could change to do this better? So, I mean, whenever I'm called upon in that aspect, yeah, I step forward.
I hope this question makes sense. As a rookie, you called home and we're like, I got to go against Lane Johnson in practice today.
Cook me.
At what point do you get in your career, right? I guess, what does it take where you think people say, I get to go against Jalen Hunt today?
I don't know. That's a great question. The question makes sense, but I'm not sure. If I say that, I'm gonna have to say I'm in a position to be like Lane Johnson, future Hall of Famer. So when I'm a future Hall of Famer,
I don't mean to be that.
nah.
I just mean where you're at that point where almost like a household name, where the
Okay.
productions there that people know they're going up against you that day.
I don't know when that would be. I don't know what that would look like. But the day somebody's like, "Oh, snap, you're Jalen Hunt." What? You're excited to be in a room with me? I think that'll be real cool. And I'm a flashback to this moment when somebody asked me in my third year, and I might be in year 9, year 10, whatever the case may be, and be like, "Wow, that's crazy," because that was my first time thinking about it, and now I'm really experiencing it. So I'm not sure when, but it'll be cool when it does happen.
It's standing out to us the way you're playing this game. Is it
Thank
standing out to you as well?
In terms of being a surprise, no. I know how hard I work. I know the type of attention to detail I have, and what I wanted to do. So just putting myself in a situation and in the positions to make those plays is the hardest part. That's something I learned from Zach Bond. He came from the Saints and he was a 4-core guy, rotational guy, but his work ethic throughout training camp is something I admired. And then when we touched down that season when he first got here, he became Zach Bond, the bald eagle, the superhero, the captain at the helm. You know what I mean? So I learned that from him too. You just have to keep putting in the work, and then when you put in those positions, your work will come through. So it's not a surprise to me, but it is exciting to see that the work is coming to fruition. Cool.
I have one more if I can. The term breakout player has been used as I guess you can see my line of questioning here. But last year you led the team in sacks, you led the team in interceptions. Do you think the breakout already happened for you?
I don't really know how to answer that question because I feel like to say breakout is not disrespectful to any player, but the amount of work that the athletes on the field, whether it be practice squad, whether it be rotational guys, whether it be starters, the amount of work they put in is no surprise when someone is able to make plays or to do anything like that. So last year was just how do I say it? Last year was just a reflection of the work I put in. So I don't think there's any type of breakout. I think it's just me and y'all are starting to see the type of plays I can make and the type of player I would like to be.
Thank you.
For sure.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you.
Oh.
Muted. Damn, I was muted. I guess that was it. I don't know. I don't think it's not going to be anybody else talking. I think they all talking outside. But damn, the Philippines, like that's crazy. Yeah, that's insane. You said it's hot, but the people love us. But yeah, back to the 53. So I got Carter Davis, Moro Jomo, Todd Robb, B. Young, and Ur Bernard. Linebacker, I have Bond Campbell, Trot Jr., Small Mondin, and Chance Campbell. That's about 5. I think that 5 would be good. I think that would be decent rotation if needed. If, due to injury and all that. Cornerback, oh God, this is where I get pissed off, man. You must be in the you in the service, Marsh? Pretty sure you're in the service. This is where it gets difficult. So you got Quayon Mitchell, Coop, and Reed. We already know the 3, right? So this is where it gets shaky at. Because you still got McWilliams. Hold on, let me just make sure. 26. So you still got McWilliams. You got Ringo still on the roster for some damn reason. Let me see. McWilliams. You got Jonathan Jones too. I will keep Jonathan Jones. I think I would keep. I forgot about Ja'Cory Bennett. I would keep Ja'Cory Bennett. So, so altogether, I want to keep 5. I want to keep 5. Yeah, I want to keep 5 cornerbacks. So I would say Coop, Q, Reek, Jonathan Jones, Bennett. Somehow, some way, I think Ringo will still make the squad, y'all. Because Castor Fields has been hurt. I think he's gonna make the squad, y'all. I don't want Ringo either, but I think he's gonna make the squad. I think he's gonna make the roster. Yeah, I think he's gonna make the roster. At safety, got Andrew Makuba, Marcus Epps, Carter II, and Cole Wazinski. He's a good special teams player. He's just running downhill hitting. Yeah, it's not hard to do, but when he has to come in, if it's a guy that got to miss a play or two and all that, I don't trust it. We've seen what happened on that Thursday night game versus the Giants. We've seen what happened when it was one game. What was that, 2024? And he came in and got 2 penalties. I never seen somebody come in the first play. He got 2 penalties called on him. He got a penalty called on him preseason, a dumb penalty that he should have known not to do. After the 5 yards, you can't touch the cornerback. You can't. I think he's still going to make the roster, y'all. I think he's still going to be here by the skin of his goddamn teeth for his last. I think this is last season too. His last season of his contract. At safety is Andrew Makuba, Marcus Epps, Carter II, and Cole Wazinski. I think everybody could agree just four safeties. We already know who's going to be there. Are we happy about the safety room? No, but they said Makuba is coming along. Marcus Epps is looking like the vet of the safety room, and then Carter II is a switch hitter, just like Cooper DeJean. So, we got that there. Of course, special teams, Elliott and Man. That's the 53. I think that's going to sum it all up. He had an interception at end zone, T Marsh, but it's more so we didn't do anything with it. So, to me, on defense, I feel like that, it counts for him, but it doesn't count for the team. I think that it was a good jump when he caught it because they was about to score. But then he had a bozo play where he could have got a pick and it hit him in his face. And then the penalty after the 5-yard mark, he put his hands on the receiver. That was a call. It was an easy call. He was on an island by himself. Easy call. He should have known not to do that. He's been in the league too long now. I know it's been a short stint, but too long for people. One of our biggest. Hold on, okay. One of our biggest problems is we never get any kick returns. We always start at the 30. Yeah, it's never no kick returns. Because you got to think about it, Art. No kick returns, penalties on the old line or on offense set us back. It's always a 3 and out. always throwing the ball away and all that. That can't cut it. We need somebody that's going to be able to do that. And I think they're going to possibly have Bill Shipley back there too. Will Shipley it look like Makai Lemon as well. They said Makai Lemon, Will Shipley, Britton Covey is right now on the depth chart, but we'll know a lot more once we break down that to the 53-man roster. So yeah, I mean, that's who I got. Jose Ramirez is probably going to be on the practice squad. I'm just thinking. Keyshawn James Newby is probably going to be on the practice squad. You got to remember he's still pretty young. Maybe this will be his breakout year. Maybe. Who you talking about, Ringo? Well, Shipley drops the ball too much. Like I said, I was watching the Commanders, the spanking of the Commanders earlier today, and it showed that run from Will Shipley, and then he just went like his gas light came on or something. Like I was like, oh man, that could have been an easy touchdown, but they let him finish it though. No, Ringo. We've been saying this for years, T March. Like the way he moves at cornerback is horrific. It's horrific. I think he would have made it better. Like I would have just converted him over to safety right away. So that way you don't have to, do those things. And then if you want to put him in a box on certain plays, then he's good there because he's good on special teams. That's another thing. As soon as KP would figure something out last year, it would be a damn penalty. Yeah, right. So they said that Makai Lemon confirmed he was dealing with the same hamstring that he hurt during spring workouts. He was dealing with that. So I hope this is not a ongoing thing, man. Makai Lemon said he believes he will be ready for the season opener in terms of learning the offense and having Jalen Hurts' trust. So he's aiming to play in a home opener. But I think Darius Cooper still make the roster. I think that we ain't got nothing to worry about there. I think they right now as an unofficial depth chart, they got Darius Cooper behind Octavian Wicks. So we shall see. Slippy doesn't have that breakaway speed for a running back. I just need him to be a bully. He could get the little couple yards and all that. We don't need him to break loose like Saquon. Ringo too old to be playing the way he does. That's what I'm saying. He's been in the league too long, Ant. Too long. Too long. Been in the league too damn long, and we keep giving him excuses. I'm not giving him no excuses. I give him excuses since 2024. I understand he's young. I ain't want to say nothing about that man hips, but pause. But yeah, that's what I was referring to. The way he moved it's horrible. It's horrific. Shit, I remember when he got cooked by everybody get cooked by Jamar Chase in the preseason. Like he's always getting cooked. go back to the question we went to before the press conference. Yeah, before we went to the press conference. Yeah, I did see that. I was reading it as the press conference was going. That would be cool. You know, what position? You know, you said what position? I'm trying to remember verbatim. Scrolling up, scrolling up, scrolling. It's not that far up. There we go. DV, you know what would be a fun experience to take all the players from our team and make a list at the different positions they did or was playing. I think that would be dope. Like we would never like even like throughout their whole like being on Earth, you would not imagine like this person now playing a certain thing. Mills, what up? If he is cleared to play, would it be smart to let Makai Lemon rest until week 1 against the Commanders, or let him play some snaps in the final preseason game? I think he got to shake off that rust. So I would have him play like a couple snaps. You know, as much as Will Shipley played the last not as much usage, but I would let him play like a couple snaps in the last preseason game so he could be ready, because you don't want to throw him in week 1 and he's not. We don't know how equipped that he would be throughout game speed. So yeah, I would sit up there and play him a couple snaps in preseason, but I'm pretty sure Nick Sirianni probably wouldn't, just because he was dealing with the same hamstring injury. I don't think Nick Sirianni would. Like Star Wars, for example, he was a quarterback that now plays tight end. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He was a quarterback that played tight end. It's certain guys that played other position in college. I know. Yeah. I would love to know what position that like somebody like Jalen Hurts is playing like in like Pee Wee football or something like that. Like, was he always a quarterback, or was he something else? Or Devontae Smith. Want to know, was he always a wide receiver? Because me, I was a quarterback / cornerback in JV. He probably was mid at quarterback, so he moved. He probably was. He probably was. I ain't never hear of him until he became a tight end. But he was still the best tight end in college. I don't know what's wrong with him. Ain't nothing wrong with him. He's learning. It's different. It's almost like, think about it, Art. It's similar to you working at your job and then you get a job promotion and everything seems different up there. Like, you used to things being so fast paced. And then you get up to the higher ups and you get that promotion. Now everything's slow pace, and it's like you're trying to like adapt. Yeah, Hunt was a safety before. He became an edge. That's why I wasn't shocked when he was getting interceptions. I was not shocked at all. Not at all. Oh, listen to the ball.
Anytime I can build that chemistry, this is good. I feel like that chemistry and that work, never stops. So to me, each and every day after practice, stops. So to me, each and every day after practice, me just talking to them whenever I can. I feel like anytime I can build that chemistry, this is good. I feel like that chemistry.
Yeah, that's what that was one of them ones that I used the other day. Unique that same scenario about Jalen Hurts. Same scenario. So that was Makai Lemon. Makai Lemon talked about building a bond with Jalen Hurts.
Again, making sure I want to be away from this game. So, really knowing that, mentioning again, making sure I take the right precautions and learning from it. So, I want to be
Can't
away
really
from
hear
this game.
him.
So, really knowing that.
And go through again.
So I feel like it's definitely tough. I'm real competitive. I ain't never want to be away from this game. So me knowing that, the hamstring again, just making sure I take the right precautions. I'm learning from it so it don't happen again.
You said how was that? Just to
He's such a Gen Zer. I believe that's what he is. Gen Zer. He talks like no. That's that tone. He just want to play ball. That's all it looked like. Tip, that's a low blow. WIP, LOL. Are you guys going to open practice? T Marsh, I'm going to open practice tomorrow. Like I said, I will be live. I'll be live tomorrow. Then I'll be live possibly tomorrow night. Probably tomorrow, Wednesday morning for the next practice. And then I'll be talking about what I saw. Probably playing some clips as well. I don't know. Yeah, let me take this off. Need that now. I'm just going to Lehigh Valley. Yeah, right. I was mad that I missed the Devontae Smith softball game this year, man. I missed it. I had to work. Here he go, man. Yo, I really want I want to punch do we got no, I thought that was leopard print what you call him? I was planning on going to practice and then my car broke down. What? Damn. Did you find out what was wrong with it, Tiff? I was asking, did she find out what was wrong with it? Man. $1,400, man. I swear. We should meet up somewhere. $1,400 to get this thing fixed. That's crazy. Get your GoFundMe started. GoFundMe. I gotta see if 4th of July. Sorry for chewing in y'all ear. These little candies got me in the chokehold. These little Werther's Originals, but they're like caramel inside. Yeah. Andrew, what up? What up? What up? Yeah, I don't want to get nobody fired. Tiffany, you can start a GoFundMe. If that girl a couple years ago could start a GoFundMe because she spent her rent money to go see Beyonce and then wanted that back up, you can start a GoFundMe. You can start a GoFundMe. Yo, I got put on. I got put on to this candy. I'm like, man. Like I usually eat the hard version of them, but these with the is it caramel or apple? I think it's apple in there. Yeah, these things is good as hell. I'm gonna eat a whole bag. You might miss practice, but you'll have your car fixed. Mm-hmm. Them Jones, man. I'm like, yo, these Jones is good. They good as hell. Do y'all iron your jerseys? Mine came wrinkled. I ordered it online. I don't. I let the heat. I let the heat from the from outside. Is like I do not iron that. I'm not gonna iron. I let the wrinkles fall out. Why is not good for me? Is it good for you? Why is not good for me? I don't eat candy like that. But these are good. I can see if I ate candy all the time. I don't eat candy all the time. Yeah, you can use a steamer too. That's another way you can don't iron it though. Yeah, I don't eat candy all the time, but you got literally ate 2 bags. That's what I'm saying. Sounds good as hell, you know. And keep them damn things away from me. Maybe cookies will do for now. Well, we almost had 3 hours. Well, I'm gonna let y'all, enjoy the rest of y'all day. Hopefully it's a good one. Hopefully I was entertaining enough. And tomorrow, like I'm about to make the whole thumbnail and all that. Now tomorrow I will be at open practice, and yeah, look out for y'all notifications and all that. Because at the end of the day, I'm gonna get some type of footage. Man. But as always, fly Eagles fly, go birds. And you always got to remember,
Go birds, dickhead.